Hey guys, this is Bandit FX, and today I'm going to be covering my pre-market analysis for March 21st, 2021. So this is US30. Let me mark out the monthly support here at basically 30,000. So no, 29,850 monthly support. Okay, so most recent monthly support. Obviously, there's no resistance as we are in price discovery on US30. So the most recent weekly support is at just under 31,000. We do have a weekly resistance now because on Friday we actually pushed down to basically flip the weekly candle bearish and close bearish. So let's mark the weekly resistance. Just gonna put it at the top. Same with this. Actually, I'm gonna leave this right here because it is in an area of consolidation. So that could be a bottom, basically at 31,000. Okay. So weekly. What am I doing? Okay, weekly resistance. Now, let's break it down to the daily time frame. Okay, so we had this strong push up. The only bearish candle we had actually could not break the low of this candle, so it was still a continuation. This candle broke the low but closed bullish, so basically kept trending up. We did start to consolidate a little bit here. We had a rejection of this level at 33,245 or 33,250, and then we had this big bodied bearish candle that closed outside of the range, below the range, and actually broke all of these candles' lows. So, as far as a daily resistance, we have a daily resistance right here at 33,050. Our last daily support was in this area at 31,870. Okay. So we're in this big, massive daily range. So let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame now. If you take a look at the 4-hour, you'll see we had this big push down and then a bullish candle form, basically creating support. Now, if we can continue down, my next target is most likely going to be the daily support level. So let's just mark out these areas on the 4-hour. So we have a 4-hour resistance, which was also support previously. Let's mark this. And then we have our 4-hour support, which also lined up with a pretty important level. It acted as resistance in the past and started breaking up. So, personally, I'm not going to be taking any positions until we break below this level, 32,400. Obviously, this is a big area. It's a 4-hour time frame, but we're looking at the bigger picture here instead of smaller time frame 30-minute trades for now. So if we do break this candle low here at 32 550, we could definitely continue down and test the bottom of this range. That would possibly be a good setup. There is a little bit of traffic here on the hourly, so it's not the cleanest thing in the world. But like I said, better sells are below 32 393. Buys look great if we do break back above this range and form a support. Then we could definitely continue to 32 940. So let me mark these out. This is an area of consolidation, so keep in mind that price can consolidate once we reach this area again, and then possibly reverse. Let me mark our last little area of support before continuing down. So best sells would definitely be below 32 293, say 300. 32 300. Once we break below that, we should continue all the way down because even on the 30-minute, I believe, yeah, with the exception of this, super clean traffic on 30 minutes. So if we do get a break sometime during this week of this level, we could definitely continue down. So I'm going to go ahead and mark basically where I would be taking positions if I were to be trading US30 this week. Why are there two boxes here? Okay. Let me mark this. Bear with me. So I'm looking for buys above 32,800. Keep in mind, this is just personal preference. This is how I like to label my charts. It's always a good idea to label your charts in one way or another. That way, you basically have your trading plan planned out. Like you have everything planned out. You know when you're taking your entries. You know what you're looking for. There's no guesswork. You're not in a rush on Monday morning. If you're trading London or New York or whatever it is, you're not in a rush to get to the charts and figure everything out and figure out what the market's doing. You have your levels marked out, and you basically just adjust them when you get on the charts that day. So it's always good to have like a pre-game plan to see um, where price could head. So let's see here. I'm just gonna move this over and then sells. I mean, how big is this range? No, I don't like this. No sells. No sells. This is too choppy. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark out my no trade zone and then use an arrow to show where that is. So this is my no trade zone. Okay. So I'm very, very comfortable taking sells below this area. So sells below 32,300. So this is what makes the most sense to me because obviously there's clean traffic even on higher time frames. If you catch even a scalping entry, if you're somebody who scalps and you get a 30-minute or 1 hour candle close below this area, you have all of this clean traffic to continue down. You have a ton of clean traffic. This is 414 points. This is a huge move. So we definitely could see this during the week, especially because this is the daily support. So um, obviously we have to retest the level at some point or another. So if we are coming back down, that means we could possibly be retesting the daily support, which your target would basically be down here. Obviously, can move it up a little bit to match the lower time frames. We could see a bounce here and get a retest before continuing down. All things to keep in mind. But overall, I am bearish on US30 for the week because of the daily close. So the daily started to flip bearish. We got a big body bearish candle on the daily that closed below the range, like I said. So our next daily support is what we might come down to retest. So this is what I'm looking for. Sells mainly, buys if we do try to basically retest the highs. So if we do see a support form and we break back above 32,800, I believe we can catch buys in this range. This is a pretty decent size range as well. And then pretty choppy during this area. So I basically up from 32,930 to 33,000. I probably wouldn't touch US30, but if we do break back above this range, keep in mind this is the daily resistance and the weekly resistance. So obviously there could be a ceiling here. This was support before. If you're comfortable taking a trade in this area, by all means go for it. Me personally, even though that this traffic here was clean, I would like for us to make a new high first before taking buys, and the reason for that being is because prices consolidated in here before, and it's been very choppy. It's consolidated here, it's consolidated through all this whole area, and even at the peak, it consolidated. It wasn't very clean price action, even though the most recent was clean. It has ranged here before, so even though it's always a good idea to go off the most recent price action. You have to keep in mind of what happened here before, because even though this was clean, it did range. Like don't just look at these last two huge candles where it dumped. Um, you have to look a little bit farther back. Not saying look back months or weeks or whatever it is, but this is a 1 hour time frame. Before price did dump, it did range here. So when it comes back into this area, there is a high chance that it could range. Just want to get that point across. But yeah, basically, I'm more biased towards sells on US30. Um, but keep in mind, with the stimulus checks rolling out, people are going to be investing their money um, one way or another. I forgot what the statistic was, but a certain percentage of people are planning on using their stimulus checks to invest in stocks. So, um, possibility of US30 going up, just as that being a catalyst. But overall still bearish. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.